Imagine a dust-covered guitar sitting in the dark corner of a bedroom, or a sketchbook buried deep inside a desk drawer. You used to spend hours using these tools, completely lost in time, feeling a deep sense of peace. Now, just looking at them makes you feel a strange wave of guilt and exhaustion. You did not run out of talent, and you did not suddenly run out of time. Your mind simply changed how it calculates the value of your joy. Why does our psychology sometimes seem to work against the things that bring us the most happiness? For generations, early psychologists believed a simple rule of human behavior. If you reward an action, that action becomes stronger. If you love painting and people start buying your art, you should logically love painting even more. But our inner motivation hides a glitch that completely defies this logic. In 1973, researchers tracked a group of preschoolers who spent all their free time drawing. They divided the children into two groups. The first group was promised a shiny gold medal with a red ribbon if they drew a picture. The second group was simply allowed to draw for the pure fun of it. A few weeks later, the researchers secretly watched the children during their normal playtime. The kids who never got a medal were still drawing happily. But the children who received the medals now completely ignored the markers. By introducing an expected reward, the scientists had accidentally crushed the inner desire to create. Psychologists call this the Overjustification Effect. When an inner drive is met with an outside reward, the way you see yourself changes. You stop viewing yourself as a creator and begin viewing yourself as an employee. The moment your brain sees an activity as an exchange for praise, money, or validation, it shifts the activity from play to work. And our minds evolve to save energy when we feel controlled by outside demands. But this does not explain the deeper mystery. Why do we still walk away from hobbies we do entirely in secret, where there are no medals, no audiences, and no money? To see how this pattern can shape a life, consider Charles Darwin. Later in his life, the great scientist wrote an honest confession in his autobiography. He admitted that as a young man, he found intense, profound joy in poetry and music. But by his 50s, he found both completely cold and incredibly dull. Darwin wrote that his mind had become a machine for turning facts into laws, causing him to lose the parts of his mind that enjoyed art. While Darwin was simply reflecting on his own personal experience, his story captures a change that many of us feel as our daily routines become predictable. Many people think dopamine is the chemical that makes us feel good after finishing a great project. Modern neuroscience reveals a much more nuanced picture. Dopamine does not just register pleasure. It plays a major role in motivating us to explore new experiences. It rises when something unexpected happens, when you discover something new or solve a problem you didn't expect. When you first pick up a guitar, every chord is a beautiful uncertainty. A surge of dopamine helps hold your attention because your mind is actively learning. But as you practice, your neural pathways adapt. They map the movements, predict the sounds, and eliminate the mistakes. The unknown vanishes. As predictability rises, this automatic response to new experiences naturally declines. Becoming skilled changes the system that first motivated you. This leads to something frustrating, the learning plateau. In the beginning, your progress is a steep, thrilling climb. Every day you see visible growth. But eventually, the rapid gains slow down. You enter a long, flat stretch where improving requires twice the effort for a fraction of the obvious reward. Most people look at this plateau and assume it is a wall. But the real surprise of the flat stretch is that it often acts as a filter. While a plateau can sometimes mean our practice strategies need to change, it frequently occurs because your mind has successfully made the basic mechanics of the skill automatic. It is no longer working quite as hard just to help you survive the basics. The plateau is less about a lack of growth and more about a transition into efficiency. When the initial chemical rush fades on this flat stretch, we arrive at a critical fork in the road. Most of us mistake this sudden silence for a loss of passion. We look at the guitar or the sketchbook, feel nothing but boredom, and assume the love is dead. So, we quit. Many people spend their lives bouncing from one project to another. They run after the initial rush of beginning, only to walk away the moment the flat stretch arrives. But a few discover a deeper kind of motivation. They learn to love the difficulty of the plateau itself, realizing that the early magic was a free gift from a mind designed to hunt for new experiences. The next phase requires a different kind of dedication. Think back to the last time you walked away from something you once spent every day doing. Did you actually stop loving it, or did you just stop getting rewarded for being a beginner? If you want to keep exploring the hidden patterns behind human behavior, subscribe to join us for the next story. And tell us in the comments, which hobby are you tempted to pick back up? Maybe the magic didn't disappear, maybe it just changed. At first, we fall in love with the excitement of becoming someone new. Later, the only thing left is the quiet work of becoming someone better. Most people mistake that silence for the end of passion, but perhaps that's the exact moment passion finally begins.